What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Mohawk Motors. My name is Jason. So as you've already figured out, I dragged another truck home. So here it is. This one is a 2003 2500 HD crew cab, 6.5 foot bed, 4-wheel drive with the work truck, bare bones, bare essentials interior. Now, full disclosure, I live in Maryland. I drove way up to Ohio to get this truck. And the reason I traveled so far to get it is because this thing is absolutely rust-free. There is not a single spot or speck of rust on this truck. And as you all know, if you've been watching, I will tackle all kinds of mechanical, electrical, transmission, any type of issue except body work. I do not do body work. I hate body work, so I'm staying within my zone. I will swap body panels, but rust repair, that's way up on the list of things I will not do. So I made the trip, I got the truck. It's got 122,000 miles on it. It came, the guy I got it from bought it in North Carolina 2 years ago. So it's only even seen 2 winters, and it's a good truck. I'm excited about this thing. So the plan for this thing is to actually use it for my business to pull the trailer around, go pick trucks up, take the carcasses to the scrap yard, all of that stuff. I like using my Duramax, but I've come across the issue here that diesel fuel keeps getting more and more expensive, and I have more and more gas sitting around here. Before I take the leftovers of the trucks to the scrap yard, I drain all the gas out of them, and I'm able to use some of it in the lawnmower, the generator when we go camping, things like that. But I thought to myself, man, if I just had a gas truck, I could use the gas from the parted out trucks to go pick up more trucks to part out and alleviate some of my fuel needs and hopefully save some money. So this is going to fit that bill. I had an extended cab. I think you guys remember that truck. It's actually right over here. You probably remember it from this. The burnout call out challenge coming into 2021. But my kids' car seats don't fit in the back of an extended cab. They do fit in the back of a crew cab, and this one is, I mean, it's more or less, I'm gonna say kid resistant. Vinyl seats, vinyl floor, very little opportunity for them to stain and ruin stuff. All right, team, so it's been a few days. I'm getting back to work on this thing. I decided I'm just gonna make it all one video getting this thing ready to go to work. So I got most of, in fact, I think I got all my cosmetic stuff done. I got a new bumper for the front. I got the grill in. The HD hood is on. All cleaned up. I had a different toolbox from another truck I had parted out, so I put that one on there instead. I like it better. New tail lights, new rear bumper. I got my hitch in there. I put new headlights in also. This is all stuff they were going to make me replace anyway for safety inspection. Your bumpers have to be in good condition. All your headlight and tail light lenses need to be clear, free of obstruction. So that was all going to have to get done. So now I'm still working on getting this thing ready for inspection. It needs exhaust manifold gaskets. The one on the driver's side is really bad. The passenger side doesn't seem to be as bad, but definitely is leaking also. So I'm gonna get the non-broken bolts out, as many as I can. We'll see if they snap off also, and then extract the broken off bolts. It looks like they are broken off at the heads with some stud poking out of the block, so hopefully they won't be too bad to get out. I mean, if they are, I'll just drag the welder out here, weld a nut on them like I always do. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, this is actually going better than I expected it to on the driver's side. So these are the two studs that were broken off already, and I'm lucky they broke off at the heads, so there's enough bolt sticking out that I can probably get on those with vice grips and pull them off. Now while I was doing it, I'm trying to take it out, the front bolt, the head popped off also, so again, there's enough sticking out that I can probably get on it with vice grips and thread that out. And the other 3 bolts came out. So I'm gonna try to get these out. Cross your fingers for me that I'm lucky enough that the vice grips do the trick, and then we'll put it back together. It had a multi-layer steel gasket in it, but it looks pretty smoked. I think this thing's been leaking for a long time. And I have some new ones in the garage, so I'll just throw new gaskets and new bolts in it, and then we'll do the same thing over on the passenger side. Whew. All right, so I was super lucky. Vice grips worked to get all 3 of those broken off bolts out. There they are. So I've got my 6 new bolts, new gasket. I'm gonna wipe down the head, wipe down the exhaust manifold, and then get this new gasket and bolts installed. It was tough, but it did work. All right, that side's back together. New gasket, new bolts, torque to spec, ready to go. I just got to put the plug wires back on, and then I want to test fire it, start it up, make sure everything is good to go over here. And then we'll do the other side. Okay, so I'm going to do the passenger side now. Only the rearmost bolt is broken off on this side. So to do it differently this time, in the hopes of not breaking off any more bolts, I started the engine, let it run, and get all the way up to operating temperature. So hopefully the other 5 bolts will spin right out, and I'll only need to get that last bolt extracted. And that one also broke off at the head, so there's enough poking out that hopefully I can get the vice grips on it and back it right out of there. We'll see. Okay, got the passenger side done. So I let the engine get up to operating temperature, and that definitely made it easier to get all the bolts out, even the broken off ones. So if you're gonna be doing this, I recommend warming the engine up first. Just be careful you don't burn yourself on the hot exhaust. Now that also kind of bit me a little bit because it made it more difficult to get the manifold lined back up to get it back on with the new gasket and the new bolts. But I was still able to do it. I guess in an ideal world, you'd heat it up, get all the old bolts out, and then go do something else for a while, let it cool completely off, and then come and put it all back together. But either way, it's all on there now. No more exhaust manifold leaks. And yeah, that's one step closer to getting this thing legal and on the road. There we go. No more super annoying exhaust leak. Few more things to fix still, but a little progress every day goes a long way. Well, team, that's another day out in the driveway, and discovered some things that I need to correct. So the upper ball joints on this thing, now it won't. Can you see that? That ball joint is toasted. So unfortunately, I have to get the ball joints replaced. It won't pass inspection like that. So I'm going to put new ball joints on it on both sides. Both upper ball joints are the same way. So I'm just going to do all 4 ball joints. I bought my favorite power stop heavy duty towing braking kit for it. So I'm gonna get my heavy duty brakes put onto this thing, and I'll check everything else out while I'm under here. I'm gonna see, I think I might be able to do this without completely removing the knuckle. But I don't know. It's been so long since I've done ball joints on one of these trucks. I'm gonna have to see what I can do. But let's get this thing apart, and I'll bring you back once I'm ready to start actually replacing the ball joints. All right, we got the knuckle off. We've got the ball joint press rigged up here to press the upper ball joint out. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the upper ball joint from the factory is just a press fit. There's no snap ring retainer on the bottom side. The replacement ball joint that I got, they're Moog ball joints, and they have a snap ring that goes on and retains it from underneath. So I double triple checked, and I can't see any snap ring in there. So I'm going to try to push this upper ball joint up out of the control arm. Then we'll get the lower ball joint pushed down out of the control arm, and then put it all back together with the new power stop brakes, and then repeat the process on the other side. Not too terrible so far. Okay, team, took a little break, went in, had dinner with the family, came back out, and I've got the driver's side front all back together. Got the new upper and lower ball joints in, new brake rotors, new brake pads. So I'm gonna pump some grease into this thing and then get the wheels on it and get it back on the ground. Now all I have to do is the same thing on the other side and try to do it before this rain starts. So here we go. Well, I worked late into the night last night, but I got all the new ball joints in, I got all the new brakes on, new tires, and new to this truck wheels that I had from one of the trucks that I parted out. So there's the finished result. See our new power stop heavy duty towing brakes in there, new tires, new to this truck wheels, new brakes in the rear as well. So all that stuff is set. The only thing I have left to do, and I think this thing will be 100% ready, is the parking brake. The parking brake isn't working, so I have to investigate and figure out what that is. I'm hoping, maybe I'm lucky and it just needs to be adjusted, but worst case is it needs some cables or something. Everything inside the parking brake assembly in the rears internally looked okay. So hopefully it's just something simple like adjustment. All right, everybody. Well, it's a few days after where I left off. I did get the parking brake fixed. It just needed to be adjusted, tightened up a little bit. So easy fix. The horn was acting funky. After investigating, I found that the contact that provides power to the horn, it was worn out. I guess somehow or another all the grease had wiped off of it, and the two pieces of brass had just eaten each other away till they weren't making good contact anymore. That contact that provides power is built into the multi-function switch. Fortunately, I have plenty of trucks around here. I had another multi-function switch, so I got that installed, got it lubed up with some good dielectric grease. Now the horn's working perfectly, and I think, I'm crossing my fingers, I really hope this is gonna be my personal best pass inspection on the first try truck. I really hope so. But that's it for this video. Not crazy exciting as far as how to do things wise, but I'm super excited. You know, I've been running my own business for about 1.5 years now, and it's at the point that it made sense for me to buy a truck to use specifically for the business. I'm pretty pumped about that. And hopefully this will help you guys out too. Maybe you see what to look for, and if nothing else, maybe it'll entertain you for a few minutes. So thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I appreciate all of the support, all of you commenting, watching, interacting, however you do. I really, really appreciate it. And until the next video, everybody, take care.